Hello, this is the Watchdog, and welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today we're going to review the Nepic N6026. Let's start with the wrist check. I'm wearing this Tandario GMT watch with the NH34 movement, and Greg was wearing my ice watch. Grogu said he watched the holiday classic, It's a Wonderful Life Day. In it, Obi-Wan's Force Ghost shows Boba Fett what the galaxy would be like if he was never cloned. I said, what would it be like? Grogu said just about the same. After all, he was a very minor character. All right, let's take a look at the watch. The watch did not come in a box. This is a $10 watch, and they seldom do. But here it is. Isn't that an interesting looking dial? I like the dial. This is the first Nepic on my channel. This really isn't the typical style of watch I review, but sometimes I like to mix it up, and I did like the looks of the dial. This watch cost a whopping $10, which puts it in the ultra affordable range, and thus it is going to be reviewed with that cost in mind. If I was to review a $100 watch with a plastic case, I would be much more critical of its construction. I also take in consideration that people who view watch reviews on YouTube are watch enthusiasts who thus have more than one watch and might want to pick this up as something fun to wear on occasion and not as their one and only timekeeping accessory. It is in this spirit that I'm going to end up giving this a recommendation, provided you like the visual appearance of this watch and provided it is not your one and only watch. If you don't like this gold tone watch, there's also a silver tone with a different colored dial. Personally, I preferred this one. The watch is 43.9 millimeters, so it's a big watch. It's 52.8 millimeters lug to lug, but the lugs sit nice and flat. It's 14.6 millimeters thick if you count the dome crystal. And the lug width does not apply, but if you look there, it's a 12 millimeter innie and a 20 millimeter outie. And it weighs 62 grams on the supplied leather strap. We have a smooth plated alloy bezel. You're not going to get steel or anything on a watch that's cost 10 bucks. And then if you look at the dial, you can see that we have this intricate pattern here, and it's kind of cool. I like it. Of course, all these gears and stuff are fake. This is a Quartz watch, but I don't mind. I just think it's a cool decoration. I don't think they're trying to deceive you by making it look mechanical. Then we have the Nepic logo up top. I'm not sure if I'm a fan of the Nepic logo, because to me that looks like an M and not an N. So maybe they should rename it Mepic. And then we have the Nepic name down here. And then we have the model number up here. And then we don't have indices, but we do have a chapter ring with minute markers and minute counters. And then we have the hands. We have Dauphine hands, and they are loomed. And then we have the unloomed second hand. When I looked at the AliExpress ad, the hand had a lollipop, but this one does not. I guess it's no big deal, though. I guess some may have it and some may not. Your mileage may vary. Then we have a date here at the 4:30, and it's fine. It's not obtrusive at all. And this is semi-skeletonized, so you can kind of see the date up here and down there. But the main date has a border. We have a signed push-pull crown, giving you a whole 30 meters of water resistance. You don't really need more than 30 because you don't want to get this nice leather strap wet anyway. It's a push-pull crown, and the crown action doesn't appear to be loose, but let's see what happens. Do we get that annoying minute hand jump? It moved a little bit. Let's see what happens when I hold it. It barely jumped. It didn't jump enough to be annoying. Plus, the minute hand's so far away from the chapter ring that it's okay if it's going to be off a little bit. So I don't think it's a deal breaker there. Then we have a dome mineral glass crystal. I like the crystal. It's got a really good dome to it, so lots of distortion. It's kind of fun. So I think they did a good job with the crystal for glass. And then we have the case. Okay, look at that. The case is a clear plastic. So I'm not really a fan of that because you really can't see through it enough where it's a feature. It's more of a drawback being plastic. But then again, this is a $10 watch, so I'm probably going to give it a pass. And then we have the case back. The case back has the Nepic logo. Once again, to me, that looks more like an M than an N. And it looks like it's held on by 4 Phillips head screws. And I did not take the case back off because I didn't want to have issues putting it back on. Then underneath the case back is a movement of unknown origin. Doesn't say in the ad. And once again, I didn't take the case back off. I'm sure it's Chinese and because this is a $10 watch. But as I showed you, you can set it fairly accurately without too much minute hand shenanigans. So I'm okay with it. The strap is genuine leather. It even says so. No, that says Nepic. This says genuine leather. It's kind of has a little bit of a suede feel to it. It's not a smooth tanning. So it's kind of like a semi-suede. So it's kind of an unusual feel to it. It almost feels rubbery, but it's not. It's leather. And I like it. It's very comfortable. It's very pliable. You don't really need a break-in period, but it's still firm and sturdy. So I think they did a good job with the strap. You got the Nepic logo there, and you got some stitching there. It looks good. Then you have the 2 keepers, one fixed, one floating. And then you have a fairly substantial buckle, and it's signed. So the buckle's nice, and it matches the tone of the case, or the case back, I should say. So yeah, I like the strap. The thing is, though, if you don't like the strap, tough, because you're not going to change it because of the design. Now, I don't know if you could find a strap that this would go over, but I don't know if you can pull this. I don't think these are spring bars. I think they're rivets. So I don't know if you pull these off. I don't know if you can put them back on. I didn't want to risk breaking the watch by experimenting with it. I figure it's a $10 watch. If you don't like the strap, you're not going to buy it. And if the strap ever breaks on you, you'll just buy another watch. So I did not try to take the strap off to see if you could put another one on. Here's the watch and my 7.5-inch wrist. Once again, this is a big watch, but it's very light. Plus, the way the lugs are, it sits nice and flat on the wrist. So that's nice too. It's comfortable. And if you look at the strap, I got 4 notches out and 3 notches in. So that means it's very versatile. You should be able to wear this if you have a small or a large wrist. So I like that. I think it looks nice. Once again, I would never recommend this to be your main watch, but it's a fun little watch to have since it's only $10. Here we are in the Lume room. Nobody buys a watch like this for the Lume, but since it has Lume, I will review it anyway. As we speed up the time, we see that the Lume is not good, but it is not god-awful either. There is no index Lume because there are no indices, but I've seen much worse hands. Not good Lume, but not a joke either. What do I like about this watch? Well, I like this fun dial. And I like this nice leather strap and buckle. And I really do like this dome crystal with plenty of distortion. What are my grapes and groans? It has a plastic case. I don't really understand why. You can't change the strap, so if you don't like the strap, you're stuck with it. And there are no indices, so it makes telling the time a little difficult because you have to look at this chapter ring. Do I recommend this watch? Yes, I recommend it considering it is only $10 and you have other watches. I do not recommend it as your one and only watch. Well, thank you for watching my review of the Nepic 6026, and I will be back with a unboxing. I got something from AliExpress the other day, and that will be my next thing to do. Be sure and like and subscribe to my channel. Bye.